What's up, fellow YouTubers? Trigger Tickle here, signing in with another YouTube video. So on this one, I know that I did a previous video on the my top five pick for starter players, but on this one, since this is going to be a tutorial series, I'm not sure exactly how many videos I'm going to plan on having in here, but I figured I'd go ahead and put this one in here. There are other videos out there on this, so I'm just doing this just for continuation on the actual series itself. There are other videos, so if you want, you can also just put another search in and see which ones are best. So this one, the best 2 and 3 star monsters for new players. We're going to go ahead and just start in here with one that I think should be at least your first one that you get. Sorry. Oh no, we're on the right spot. Forget where the hell I am. Ulse. Alright, so first one I think that you should be getting would be it's the Wind Warbear, which there he is unawakened. Let's find him awakened because you want to see what his final stage of power is. So let me find him real quick. So Ramagos. He is the Wind Warbear is his unawakened form, and if you're just starting, let me just show you, just so you have an idea, because when you're just starting, you're not going to know any of these monsters or what they look like. So I apologize. I should have showed them in order. I will do so from now on. There we are. So Wind Warbear. So there he is. There he is unawakened. So we're still going to go to the awakened form because that's the one where we want to do the review on, and I apologize for babbling and not getting right to the damn point. So Ramagos. So this guy, I think he should be your first monster because he is a tank. He can solo most stages by himself if you have him runed fairly well, and that is kind of what you want when you first start, because you want a monster that's going to be able to help you raise your other monsters. So that should be your primary focus when you first start, is a really good tank and a really good just farmer, something that can help you do that. His first skill thrashes the enemy, inflicting damage proportionate to your max HP. The attack has a 50% chance to reduce the enemy's attack gauge by 20%. So he's primarily based upon his own HP. So he is an HP monster. He has high base HP to begin with. So I would rune him with energy runes all around. Give him give him 3 sets of energy runes. So 6 energy runes altogether. Do HP, 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 and just smash him with as much, stock him with as much HP as you possibly can. His second skill here recovers your HP by 30% and increases defense for 2 turns. Now, if he gets low on HP, he's not going to use that skill right here most of the time. And what I mean by that is we're just going to skip to his third skill and I'll get into it. So his third skill, once he's awakened, this is awakened skill. So attacks an enemy inflicting the amount of HP you've lost as damage, you gain an extra turn if the enemy dies. So what happens, let's say this guy gets down to 25% of his base HP, or just 25% of all of his total HP. He can use that skill right there, and 9 times out of 10 he's going to one-shot whoever he hits. He's going to get an additional turn, and then he's going to use that and heal himself by 30% and get a defense buff for 2 turns. So he's very hard to kill. In the arena, some of these guys have been runed really well, and they've been able to one-shot my Ritesh, which is also an HP monster and has a shit ton of HP. So these guys, they're all around good. They can. I've seen one actually. They solo Giants B10. He's extremely slow from the video that I saw, so you don't want to try to get one just to solo Giants B10. There are better teams out there for it. But if you're just starting, I would go with him. First monster I would try to get and work on, because he can definitely help you out. Yeah, he doesn't really have leader skills, so that's it. So there's the first one that you should go for. Second monster you should go for would be, it's a healing monster, and there are several of those out there. You're going to obviously get Fairy at the beginning of the turn. Another really good heal monster, though, is a 2-star monster. And where is she? So it's Howl, the Water Howl. She will awaken into Lulu, if I can find her here. So she'll awaken into Lulu. Excuse me, I had something in my eyes. So Lulu, so attacks the target, increases your attack bar, so that helps you by just increasing your attack bar. Helps you, makes you go so you go faster again. Recovers the target ally and your own HP by 20% and removes the harmful effect on the allies. So I think that heals first and then recovers, so if the person has a heal debuff on them, it's not going to heal, it'll just remove. I think. I'm not sure if, at least how this is worded, that's the way it makes it seem, but either way, that's a 20% heal, and it's a debuff remover, so that's really good there. It's a cleanser on top of a heal. Removes one harmful effect of all allies. Now that one does remove all harmful effects first and then heals. And that's all your allies. So right there, that's a perfect cleanser. You can take her into dungeons that are high on debuffs, such as like the dark dungeon, which has a lot of dots. You can use her in that. Basically just a general all-around pretty decent monster and a good one to go with. I know a lot of people don't like to go with certain monsters because they look really weak just by the way they look, but just read their skills. Don't just go by on what the monsters look like, because that's not a good way to do it. So she's a pretty good healer there. Also, going back to Wend, and he's also rated as a pretty good heal monster if I can find him here. Would be the Wind Yeti. He's also a natural 2-star monster. The Wind Yeti, Rakaja. So attacks an enemy 2 times with fast punches. Each punch has a 50% chance to decrease the enemy's attack speed. So he can help. You might want to put him into a team with synergy on decreasing the enemy's attack speed or their attack bar reductions. You can put him into that. His second attack attacks the enemy with 2 fast punches, each punch having another 30% chance to stun. So right there you've got speed reduction and stuns. And his third skill recovers the HP of all allies in proportion to the number of surviving allies. So right there, that's a full team AoE heal, or what they call a hot heal over time. Or actually, no, it wouldn't be a hot. Would it? It would just be an AoE heal. Yeah, sorry, ignore that. So yeah, he gives you an AoE heal for your team, and you're not going to find a whole lot of AoE heals when you're first starting out. And this guy's pretty darn easy to get. He's, like I said, a 2-star. You're eventually going to pull one from a unknown scroll, and unknown scrolls are very easy to get. He doesn't have an awakened skill other than just that, the synergy. So, but yeah, for starting heal monster, he's not too bad, and he does have a lot of utility as far as like stuns or speed reduction. God, I can't think. I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, with that, that's also another one to go with. Also, I've heard Seal isn't too bad. I think performs a ruthless combo, just attacking each attack has a 50% chance to decrease the enemy's attack power. So attack power continues to damage for 3 turns. The skill receives. Okay. Yeah, she's not too bad. Because she does the attack bar reduction by 40%, which is really good. She also has this with a chance to stun, and she can do continuous damage for 3 turns. And this one, the first skill, has a chance of decreasing their enemy's attack power. So all 3 of her skills has a chance to land as a debuff. And again, she's a natural 2-star monster. So as a support, she's pretty decent if you're just starting out. If you need like just an attacker or to try to make the other team so they're not able to land as much damage on you. So yeah, if you catch her, she is going to be, if I can find her up here, this little girl. So she's the Wind Harpu. So just save it if you manage to catch her. or summoner. This isn't Pokemon. You're summoning, not catching. Another really good 2-star monster, and this one she's amazing. As a 2-star monster, like, it's incredible. So the Wind Pixie, and she will awaken into Shannon, which there she is. So I 4-starred her, and I'm sorry, I 6-starred her, and a lot of other people will 6-star her too. She is amazing on Giants teams. She's really good. You can use her in Tower. I'm sorry, I always want to say Tower. Trial of Ascension. I don't really use her in Arena, but I've seen a lot of people do use her in Arena defense. You can use her in Arena offense. Guild battles. You can use her pretty much in any point of the game. She's really good with dungeons though, and I'll show you why. So first one, attacks the enemy with an energy ball. The attack has a 50% chance of increasing the enemy's chance to land a glancing hit. So what's glancing hit mean? Glancing hit is, say, if you have a wind monster and it attacks a fire monster, it has a more chance of getting a glancing hit, which just means it does less damage. I think, does that have something to do with the debuffs? Yeah, you're going to have a harder chance of landing debuffs for sure, but I think it's the opposite of a critical hit. It basically just does half the amount of damage, I do believe. So yeah, that's definitely a great one. The second one, Decelerate, attacks all enemies, decreasing their attack speed for 2 turns with an 80% chance on each target. I do believe the 80% can be increased with skill ups. The fact that these are 2-star monsters means you're going to be pulling crap tons of them, so you can use the other ones for skill ups. So that right there, it decreases their attack speed for 2 turns, going to make them slower, which is awesome. Make sure a team go faster and get more attacks in. Pep Talk is an awesome skill too. It's an awesome team buff, so it increases the attack power and defense of all allies for 3 turns. That's awesome. So it's going to make your team more survivable on top of whatever other monsters you have, like your tank or your attackers. So it's a great utility on that one. Definitely get her. Like I said, if you have Unknown Scrolls, you're eventually going to pull her, so just keep doing it, and save any of the other ones that you get, any other pixies, and just feed them to her to max her skills out as quickly as possible. So she is an awesome wind monster, and I would definitely try to get her as quickly as possible. So what other monsters do we want here to go over? Heard the Fire Howl's not too bad, actually. Fire Howl. Let me try to find him here real quick. Not you. It's down here somewhere. Where are you? There we go. So the Lala. I don't think she's too bad. So attacks the enemy, same as the first one. We saw that. Recovers target ally and your own HP by 20%. Removes, so same as the other, the water one. Removes up to 4 harmful effects on an ally and attacks if possible. So this one is primarily as just a single cleanser. You can use her for teams that have multiple dots that put on you, or debuffs on certain bosses. I would prefer the water one over the fire one, but the fire one's also not bad, and it's situational. So if you have one, put it priority-wise lower than the water one, but it's still not a bad monster. I'm pretty sure the only one that sucks out of the howls would be the wind one. So if you get the fire one, go ahead and keep it. It's a secondary monster you can think of there. Another fire monster here that's also very, very good, and just like its wind counterpart that I just showed you, if I can find it here, where are you? It's the Fire Yeti. So the Fire Yeti will go to its awakened form here. Tantra. So this guy can tank for days. First attack attacks an enemy 2 times with fast punches. Each punch has a 50% chance to decrease the enemy's attack speed for 1 turn. So same as the first guy. This attack, though, it's max HP based, so it inflicts damage proportionate to your max HP and reduces the enemy's attack speed. So you're not only, first skill here, each punch decreases the enemy's attack speed. This one you're decreasing the enemy's attack speed, and it's based off your HP. So you're already going to rune him 4 HP to begin with. So he's going to be doing crap tons more damage, just based upon his HP attack right there. So, and third skill, Ancestor's Blessing. Oops, sorry. Ancestor's Blessing. So creates a shield that's 50% of your max HP for 3 turns and recovers 15% of HP at every turn. So translation, because that's a weird way to read it. So basically creates a shield that's half of your HP, and you're going to recover 15% of your HP for 3 turns up to a max of 45%. So if you already got this guy ruined for HP, that shield can be very powerful for one, so it's going to take damage off of you. Plus you're going to self-heal. This guy's awesome. So if you use him in scenarios that have wind monsters, he's going to get the attribute advantage. They're going to be doing less damage to you. They're going to have more chances of getting glancing hits, and you're going to be able to heal and survive. So if you pull him, I would definitely, as far as tanks go, I would put him right next to Ramagos. So if you manage to pull one of these, definitely keep it. He's great with water secret dungeons. If you want to use him as a target, so if you want basically him to proc all the damages from the other monsters that you're going up against, I would do that. As long as you have him runed correctly with enough HP, he's definitely good for secret dungeons. So there's another monster you can think about when you're just starting out. Oh yeah, a lot of people think this guy sucks because he's one of the first monsters you get. Seek doesn't. Seek is actually very good. I no longer use him because I'm late game, and you will eventually replace him, but for the first part of the game, don't just throw him out. Use him. He's actually not bad. His first skill, bite your enemy and recovers 30% of the inflicted damage, so a self-heal. He's extremely squishy, so he is a glass cannon, so that does help. Second one, bite your enemy continuously, inflicting great damage. That does hit for a good amount. It's not like a train, but it does hit for a good amount. And his third skill here, increase the attack power and critical rate of allies for 3 turns. So that's a really good buff. He's going to make your other allies do more damage, and they're going to crit. They're going to have more of a chance to crit better. So, or crit more, or crit, I don't know, grammar? What is grammar? But yeah, that's a great way to, or not a great way, that's a very, it's a good third skill buff. So you want to team him with other monsters, though, they're able to support that. You need, Fairy would go great with him because you need somebody that's going to be able to heal him. Maybe a speed buffer too, make him go faster, or a speed debuffer on the other team to make them go slower. So he would go really great with Shannon, because Shannon would be able to buff your team and automatically gives the attack bonus. The attack bonus from him, though, I don't think they double stack, but still, the defense buff for him is going to be great, and Shannon can make the other team go slower, so it's not bad. And if you have a monster with high crit damage, that skill right there increases their crit rate, so you don't have to put as much crit rate on them for runes, and you can stack more crit damage. So yeah, he's not a bad monster, though. You get him in the beginning, so keep a hold of him. Use other Hellhounds for skill ups. He'll help you run through the game, so yeah, definitely. Alright, who else we got here to go through? I'm not going to do a ton because, like I said, there are other videos, and there's better videos out there than this one. I'm just doing this just for continuation. So another one here, I'm going to go with, it's a 3-star monster. She is a little hard to get a hold of, but she will help you immensely, and she is awesome for late game. And that is the Mystic Witch. So Megan is what her awakened form is. If I can find her here. So Megan, so first skill right here. Summons crows to attack continuous damage. So continuous damage, I love dots. Dots is my gameplay. So That's a great just first skill because it does something. It's not just, oh, I attack and deal damage. It's, oh, I attack and I might do something else. And I love monsters with first skill debuffs or anything that does something like that. So that's a great first skill to have. The second, damage the enemy by pouring poison. It removes a beneficial effect, and it also will block a beneficial effect from being put onto them for 1 turn. So um, an example of that is, say, you are going up against, let's just say Shannon, for instance. So you're going up against a team that has a Shannon, and let's say Seek puts down his little buff to increase crit rate and attack power. If she uses that, she'll remove the crit rate, and then she'll put a little debuff symbol above them. And if Shannon uses her buff, that monster's not going to be able to get that buff added to them because that blocks it. So it's basically just a it's a buff blocker. So it's a pretty decent skill, and she can be used pretty decently with some dungeons. And late game, she's awesome with Dragons B10. So yeah, that's a great skill right there. Third skill, though, is where she really comes into effect here. So it increases the attack bar of all allies by 20% and increases their attack power and defense for 2 turns. So she's not only filling your attack bar, but she's also giving you attack power and defense for 2 turns. It's the same as Shannon. It's more powerful than Shannon's, though, because this one increases your attack bar on top of giving you those buffs. So that's an awesome skill right there. Her leader skill increases the attack power of ally monsters in the arena by 21%. Not a bad, it's a nice little added bonus. She is a natural 3-star, so she's going to be a little bit hard for you to get, and it's going to be a little bit of luck, but you can pull her from unknown scrolls, which again, it's luck and it's going to be awfully damn hard to do. Mystic scrolls is probably where you're going to have better luck, so if you have a couple lying around, just go ahead and summon them, you might get her. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for her. And then of course we have the Bella Dion, which I talked about that in the last one. Like I said, everyone talks about her. I'm just going to go ahead and, or him, I'm going to go ahead and just throw it in here, just because Bella is probably the most useful monster that I have. Definitely the most useful. You can use her anywhere in the game, and I do mean anywhere in the game. You can use him anywhere in the game. First, defense break. So, and it does it at 100%. You still want accuracy though, because the other monster does have a chance to resist. So if you put accuracy on it, you're going to basically do away with them resisting it. Well, not do away, but you're going to reduce the chances of them reducing it. But it doesn't have like, ooh, 80% chance. No, it procs it all the time. So the only thing that's going to have a chance of reducing that is their resistance. So that's an awesome skill. Second one, again, put accuracy on it with substats or on rune slot 6, because again it has a 100% chance of proccing, but their resistance does have a chance to reduce it. Seize. Attacks the enemy and removes all beneficial effects on the target, so everything. So if you're going up against the Chloe, and she uses her third skill, which I forget what the name of it is, but basically it makes your entire team invincible and immunity for 2 turns. That skill right there will remove both the immunity and the invincibility. Just boop. So that's an awesome skill, and it does work on bosses, which she's great in dragons. She's great in giants. So just an awesome skill. Third skill though is what's really good. So fill the attack bar of all allies by 30% and recovers their HP by 30%. So not only are you getting an AoE heal to your entire team, but you're also getting a 30% attack bar fill, which means they're going to go quicker. Awesome monster. She is available in the light dungeon on Sundays. Like I said in a previous video, one of the ways you can do it is if you just want to go ahead and keep farming the light dungeons and hoping eventually the secret dungeon for her drops, you can do that. Or if you look at the chat channel on Sunday, just watch on there for, guarantee within 5 minutes you're going to see somebody. It'll come up here, I'm just going to show you real quick. So if you go to this tier, like this guy, see secret dungeons? Secret dungeons. So eventually Belladon is going to come up. When that happens, when you see this guy right here, just go to your friends list, community, your friends list, and then add friend. Just immediately add them. Don't say anything in the chat channel, just add them. And sometimes chances are they'll add you back. A lot of the times you're not going to get added, but it's a whole hell of a lot better than just going onto the chat channel and going, oh, I need a secret dungeon, please add me. You can do that, be nice about it, just go like, hey, looking for secret dungeon, let it go, maybe do it once every couple minutes, don't spam. Because a lot of people who are farming aren't looking at the chat channel, they're just, oh, set their phone off, just like we do. They just auto that crap, so they're not really looking on the chat channel. So if you just try to add them, what will happen is if you pull a secret dungeon, 10 of your friends are able to enter into it. So if you're able to add them, you can enter to their secret dungeon and have a chance of getting Bella. So that's how you do it. I'm not going to talk about the Light Bearmen. I already talked about them. Who else here can we talk about though? I think that's about it for this video, honestly. Oh yeah, the Wind Viking's not too bad. Where is he? Yeah, Wind Viking's not too bad. Walter attacks with a flying axe and inflicts continuous damage for 3 turns with a 30% chance. So continuous damage, again, I love dots. Dots are great. They each one reduces their HP by 5% of their max HP. So I love to just spam dots. Attacks an enemy and decreases the enemy's defense for 2 turns. The damage increases accordingly to your current HP situation. So that's based upon what your HP is currently. So if you have full HP, you're going to do a shit ton more damage. Firing axe throws 5 axes randomly. Each attack has a 30% chance to inflict continuous damage for 3 turns. So again, 5 chances of doing 5 consecutive continuous damages. So that's not a bad skill. If you do have one, he would be great to be paired with the Fire Grim Reaper. And the Fire Grim Reaper is just great in general. So Walter, not a bad guy. If you get him, you can build him up. I wouldn't make him a priority though. But let's go back into here with the pairing. So the Fire Grim Reaper is also actually really good if you can manage to get one. Again, unlike the others that are 2 and 3 stars, this guy is a little bit difficult to get. He is a natural 3-star, but his skills are really good if you're just starting. So reaps the life of the enemy with a deadly scythe and acquires an additional turn if the enemy dies. So you kill him, you get another turn. Deadly swing inflicts damage to all enemies with a deadly scythe. Always lands a critical hit if the enemy's HP is 30% or lower. So if they're dying, you get a critical hit, you do shit tons more damage. This one though is really good, and creates a living hell for the enemies and inflicts continuous damage and disturbs the enemy's HP recovery for 3 turns. So that's why I said you could pair him with Walter, because he's going to do continuous damage to everyone. So yeah, not a bad monster here. He does have its 2 AoEs, so later on in the game you're not going to get it right off, but Despair is really good with him because he has 2 AoEs. And that's mainly what I like to put Despair on. But if you're just starting out though, just make him a normal attack monster. And his leader skill increases the attack power of ally monsters with fire attribute by 30%. So if you have a fire team, great monster to have with that. So yeah, definitely Sath. Sath is not bad. I think Sath is actually the best out of the 3 Grim Reapers, so yeah, that's one you should go with. Chloe, of course, 3-star monster, don't really want to talk about her. Oh yeah, shit. I should have mentioned this guy. Yes, I just picked my nose. Deal with it. So, the Wind Griffin. And you can actually get him from Timor Desert. He is a drop monster from there. And this is another one of the big monsters for final game content. What do they call it? Bernard is his awakened form. I think they call it Shanard, or yeah, it's Shanard. It's Shannon and Bernard mix. So Shannon decreases their speed, and what Bernard will do is increase your team's speed. So it decreases theirs, it increases yours, and it's basically just a double. It's a double speed buff for you. Excuse me. So for Snatch, attacks the enemy with razor sharp claws. Damage increases according to your attack speed. So you definitely want to stack attack speed on him. Second, which is great, it's a great double dual debuff here. So attacks the enemy with a body slam, a booby slam. Attacks the enemy with a body slam and weakens their attack power and defense for 2 turns. So it's not only their attack power but also their defense, and it decreases it for 2 turns. And yeah, it's a great skill. But this is what he's known for, Tailwind. Increases the attack bar of all allies by 30% and also increases their attack speed for 2 turns. So you want one of these guys. You need one of these guys if you're going to eventually do Giants B10. If you're a free-to-play player, you need a Bernard. So if you manage to pull one, keep him, skill him up, awaken him. That's definitely one you want to focus on. His leader skill increases the attack power of allied monsters with wind attribute by 30%. So not a bad leader skill if you have a wind team. So yeah, definitely go with him. I think that's it for now. Like I said, I'm not getting too in-depth with this because there are other videos out there and there's better videos than this one was. I'm just doing this for the continuation of the beginner's guide and just to give you kind of an idea, just some hints here and there. That way if you're watching the playlist and they keep playing, you can get this video and you can still listen to it as you know, whatever you're doing. So that's those are my suggestions if you're just starting out. That's all I got. So if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. If you got any tips or anything, just leave them down below. If you'd like me to do anything, like put a piece of toast on my head, not going to do that, so just don't do anything. So all right, trigger to go out. You guys have a great day.